Okay guys, welcome to my channel once again. um let's see this beauty that we cut, or I cut with you guys the last time. So that's the lining right there. I use fusible, which is the fusible, the paper one, the normal one, to fusible the back and the front. Doing it so it give a certain like heavy, like weight, adding a little bit weight to the fabric. So I normally do it this way. I actually use the soft one. Mostly I fusible the lining this way to give it the weight I want. So that's me joining the front panel. Please pin it if you can't sew it directly. If you sew it directly, you are not good at it, you won't get it straight, you won't get it well. The cap won't fit in well, so please make use of your pins. Pin it nicely this way and go to your machine and sew it this way. As you can see, I'm doing it. And remember, when sewing it with the pins, take your time, else you break so many needles, because if by mistake and the needle touches the pin, it will get broken. So please take your time when sewing with pins inside this way. So that's me joined the front panels, the cap beautifully. As you can see, you see how beautiful it is. You can see the cap out well. You give it a notch at the underbust and do your top stitch. Yeah, so that's the front, the main fabric. The body I am sewing, join it as well like that, and do the notches at the, after joining it, you do notch at the underbust points and do top stitch. That's when you wanted to do top stitch for the main body. Sometimes you may decide not to do top stitch for the main body, main fabric, and rather do it on the lining. It's cool. Yes, after sewing, joining it, take out all the pins beautifully and simply like that. Sure. So down in the front, you go to the back. The back, I'm giving a straight dart for the back. Mostly I prefer straight back at the straight darts at the back, because the back we don't have any boobs over there, so I always prefer a straight dart at the back to make it lie well on your back. So that's it. After doing the top stitches, iron, give it a good press. Yes, so that's the front and back. So that's how the back looks. After pressing, you join the lining to the main fabric at the zipper side. Yes, that's where my hand is. You see how beautiful and simple it looks. Yeah, so you join it and give it a good press beautifully. You see how beautiful it looks. Give it a good press. You can see the cap is out beautifully, very nice. See the neckline, so I went ahead to join the neckline. That is the front neckline. You see how I cut it? Look very beautiful, simple and beautiful. That's the front. So from here, you join the shoulder. You join the back shoulder to the front. From here, that's what we're going to do. That's the back neckline too. iron it beautifully. You see the straight that makes it lie down flat. I always prefer a straight that at the back. Yes. Give it a good press so that it will look nice, beautiful, and lie down well. If you see any excess, you trim it out. But be very careful, don't be trimming everything out fast. Check to see if it is not needed there again before you trim it out. So from there, joint the shoulder. Shoulder is joined. You opened and press it well as well. You see inside, you see how beautiful it is. Very neat. Yes, as you can see. It looks very beautiful, very neat. The cap is out nicely. That's how I cut the normal neck after I drop like 2 inches deep, and then just got something design, some small designs there. Yes, that's all. Now you pin it out, trim the necessary excesses out, and then you check to see. Then you take your measurement, you shape it. That's the shaping. That's the shaping. Do the shaping beautifully. Take it to the machine. So after that, you bring it back and then give it a good press. As you can see. From there, we are working on this down part. You stitch the zipper allowance out. That is, you join the lining to the main fabric at the zipper side. You take your inches out, pin it out like I'm doing. That's the back. Give it a good press, open it, because you want a crease there. Crease lies in the lines where the zip will pass. Yes, as you can see I'm doing. You do it like that. Then you place your darts. Like I'm doing. Do it like that. Give it a very good press. Then you place your darts in there. That's the dart intake I'm placing. It was 7 inches because at the end of the day I wanted to have 6 inches dart intake because the person is not that big. So from the waist I drop 6 inches or 6 inches, because after sewing you sew half inches. That is when you are joining it to the top side. You sewed half inches out. After sewing half inches out, then you have 6 inches remaining, so that's half inches. That allowance I'm taking out. As you can see, that's the down part of the dress. You do same to the other side and do same to the front as well. Mind you, you won't finish the down part of the dress because we are going to join a gathering. We are going to join a gathering at the down part, so that's the back. You do same to the front as well. Yes, as you can see, you do same to the front. You send it to the sewing machine. You sew your darts out beautifully. Come and give it a good press. Yes, that's it. As you can see, I send it to the machine and sew the darts out. So put it together and do your shaping, the waist, the hip. Yes, and go back to the machine. As you can see, very beautiful and simple. So go back to the machine and join it. That is, sew it together. Very beautiful and simple as well. Yes. You see it out. After sewing, you take your pins out. Remember to always take your pins out after sewing. Now the down part is not going to be straight. It's going to be a little slant. So you stand on the slant will start from the left side. So I'm standing at the left side of the skirt, indicating the shoulder to hip line. So I will stand at the hem and go up 2.5, 3 inches, 4 inches, depending how slant deep you want the slant to look like. So as you can see, I just take my inches out using the rule to give it a straight line and then cut it out. Yes, as you can see. Use the scissors to cut it out because I don't want that part to be straight. I don't want that part to be straight, so I want it a bit slant. Not very deep, but something very slant a bit. Yes, as you can see. So from there, going to do the gathering. I've already run the gathering stitch. I believe we all know how to run the gathering stitch. Just place the machine stitch regulator to the last. That is, if it is 5, 4, 6, you place it at the last, then sew it out to give room for you to pull the thread together. So after gathering, I pin it out to the down. That is starting from the zipper side all throughout. Use pin to pin it out. You gather it to the hem circumference. So you pin it out. So remember, when sewing, take your time because there is pins inside, else you'll be breaking your needles Some of us, the needles we use, the machine doesn't pick any need, just any needle. The needles I use for my machine is 30 cedis. I don't know. It's the needles I use for my machine is expensive, so you take your time, else you'll be breaking it. So that's the sleeve. You fusible the sleeve as well. Use the stiff, the paper stiff, to do it. So that's it. As you can see, it the sleeve we cut the last time. You fusible one part. You can decide to fusible both of them. That's fine. It will give it a beautiful weight to make it stand well. I am supposed to use a medium texture fusible, but I was not having it, so I decided to make use of the soft one. It will still stand though, but as to how standing I would want it, or I would want it to be, it won't be like that because of the hardness, how soft this one is. So but it's still good, it will still stand. So you stitch the down part of it beautifully, then you stand at down the hem side, come up. You can decide to do this before you join the down parts, but me, I did it this way for a purpose. For the first time I did it this way to see how it will look like. So you take that part, and you can decide to start from the middle to the end. That is if you want to do it before you stitch it. But this one, I don't want it to start from the end down there. I just want to do something different to see the outcome. That's why I did it like that. So I'm stitching it. As you can see, I'm joining it together. Join it together nicely. Turn it out. Give it a good press, and then you join the sleeve inside out, because how this sleeve is going to look like, you wouldn't want the side seam sewing allowances to show, so you join it inside out. To be joined inside, that the side seam will be inside. So see, look at how I'm going to join it. I'll purposely make a video on this sleeve alone and post it here, only the sleeve, so that you see how it is downward, but you can still see it here. But I'll be posting a single video on this sleeve alone very soon. So you pin it out nicely. As you can see, send it to the machine. You show it out, ½ inch out. You do the same to the other one as well. You see how it is being joined? I'll be posting a very detailed video on the sleeve alone very soon, so that you see how it's done well. From there, you send it to the machine, give it a good press, and fix it on the top side and join it together to the down parts. And after that, this is how the dress looks like. You see, very simple and beautiful as well. Very simple and very beautiful. This is how the dress looks like at the end. It's very simple and very beautiful. Simple and beautiful. Thank you for watching.